Welcome to Miss Dragon's Menagerie. Everyone is welcome, everyone is accepted. The only requirement is that you are loving, kind, and respectful to one another. Bad behavior will not be tolerated. Hey, Body, how are you doing? Yes, I am here and accounted for as well. Whew. Let me turn my Wi-Fi off on this, and I don't think I have Wi-Fi on anything else. Wow. I have blush on. This just washes it out, and you don't even know it. So how have you been? I've been busy. Oh boy, have I been busy. I gotta go to. Okay. It'll give me a chance to just breathe and get used to this again. I haven't went live in, well, since I think the last time on the hill. Sorry, I gotta love the calcium that side. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So how was everybody's weekend? Was it nice? Ah, crud monkeys. I'm gonna see if I can maybe send. Well, nobody's here. Hopefully, if I go back to Wi-Fi, I can send myself a picture. And show it up here. We went to the top of Chinook Pass yesterday. So hopefully this connects to Wi-Fi. I don't know. Okay, let's see if I can send a picture. And if it doesn't, okay, yeah, I'll probably have to. It was scheduled from 2 to 4, but the girl is just checking out from my shopping. So, but no, pictures from yesterday. Oh, crud monkeys. Yeah, it won't be going. I'll probably go live while I go into town tomorrow. But A, it's shopping day. B, I'm getting new tires. I am getting 4 new tires. I need them. I still have decent tread, but the tires, and there we go. It didn't like the fact that I sent a picture. But my tires are weather checked because my 2-car garage is actually a 2-car storage unit. And so no. Oh, here we go. The top of Chinook Pass is once you get to the top, you cross into Mount Rainier National Park. So there's no semis that are allowed on this pass, and it's only open from Memorial Day weekend till Thanksgiving. You'll see here in a bit why. All right, where is a picture of? There you go. The waterfall. The kids, oh my gosh, if you go to my Facebook, there is a video that I did for TikTok that has the 9-year-old having a complete meltdown. Now, see if I can switch back to my Ethernet. If it'll be a little smoother. I might go black. Just a warning. Hopefully it stays with us. We don't know. But it was fun taking them. I mean, I love the fact that I got them away from any cell phone signal. So they had to actually function in reality instead of staring at their phones. But it was pretty nice. It was really, really nice to get the kids out. And then next Wednesday, I won't be here because I have to take my son over the same pass again, except we have to go to Federal Way, which is, I think, near Olympia. I usually don't get down that far south in Washington on that side. So he's got to go sign paperwork because some chick hit him. He was in the center lane, getting ready to take left so he could go home. This other girl coming at him wanted to take a left too, but she just didn't. I don't know if it just didn't register that this car was still there in front of her or not, and T-boned him. I keep listening for stuff. So I'm pretty sure the Explorer that I don't even think he's made one payment on is going to be totaled because I think Explorers are unibodies, and I think it's on a lightweight frame, so I think it's toast. There's only like Federal Way, Everett, which is even farther than Federal Way for us, or Spokane, which is the farthest yet for us. So we're going to Federal Way. So I'm taking it. So I will have new tires when I go over the mountain pass. And I'll have the right size tires for my car. The set I have on now, I bought online, taking the numbers off the set that were already on the car. Well, that set of Firestone, the boys did here at the local tire place, and I think they went for something that would fit my 18-inch rims that they had all four of to put on. It turns out, so the last two sets of tires haven't been wide enough for my car, for my Impala. And that explains probably why I was hydroplaning on Snoqualmie Pass last spring and fall. So it'll be nice to have tires. Going to good old Discount Tire. At lunchtime? I don't know if y'all can hear that. It's either lunchtime or end of the day. It is 1:30. But, yeah, these guys didn't work over the weekend either. So, what the hell did I do this week? Oh, Saturday we went and cleaned graves. It's a nice thing to do. It's a nice habit to get into, but I was telling my youngest, well, if the little one wants to clean graves, she's not gonna find Nana and Papa here. She wants to do something on Memorial Day, she's gonna have to go to the woods. My son's like, nope, nope, nope. You're going into outer space. Then he goes, if there's any left, we're gonna turn you into a diamond and something else. And I'm like, geez, thanks a lot. Do I get a say? He's like, no, you're gonna be already dead. I'm like, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. So had fun doing that. Had burgers. Bob's Burgers in Sunnyside doesn't taste like it used to. I know they've got new owners. Don't, yeah, no, no. I'm really picky though. There was a flavor, I think it was like a dressing they used because my brain says this needs to be on a Reuben sandwich. So I don't know if they used Thousand Island or a creamy Russian. I don't know, but it tasted like it should have been. Hey, Sandy. I do too. It's not that exciting at this end though right now. Oh God, Tuesday. I had all three of them. And because they weren't attentive enough to see if there was any time on their switch, when their mom said, okay, you should have time on your switch, it should be okay, nobody bothered to check. So, of course, after she leaves, they look down. I don't have any time on my switch. I don't have this. I'm like, this is what you get for not paying attention. So now you guys have to share my one switch all day long. Why one of them, the older one, was playing Fortnite with his friends. Everything is bruh, bruh. Me and the other two played. Oh, that's someone's speaker. It's like the cadence of a walk. I'm like, the hell. Um, Uno, no mercy. So if you have 25 cards in your hand, you've automatically lost. They don't just have draw 4; they have like draw 10. So they were able to play that and kind of work it out a little, so they weren't constantly fighting. Your Fred Meyer's delivery is at 2. Yeah, I was probably gonna close this at 2 p.m. anyway because I got it and Walmart coming about the same time. Tomorrow's shop day, but I gotta get shit together for this yard sale. Let's see. So will it do this? I'll probably lose all these. I don't have my glasses on to see what. No, I know what. I'll just open them up, and that's the easiest way I can do it. I don't know what I'm gonna get once this runs out. I just don't. Last year was $200 some for the first year. This year they're $400. I'm like, I don't have a spare $400. So I'm gonna go back. We're gonna lose the little symbol, and it's gonna go back to being that weird duck. So, okay. That's the waterfall we went to. Get it here, get me out of the picture. That is, I don't know if I can get any bigger, is the waterfall. And that's like the second layer. I'd never been to this part. And from reading the trail stuff from, excuse me, when we went, I forget, it's been about 7 or 8 years. They said to find the second one. We completely missed this and ended up at the top of the waterfall, which is really, really pretty. But that day was also 90 some degrees too. But taking this one, we I got the kids poles, hiking poles, so they each have one. Okay, let's see. How do I get back to where I was? Yeah, so they each get one. Here is, let's see if it shows up, the top of Chinook Pass. That is how much snow is still up there. That's how much snow is still there. This says up here, it says, oh, let's see here, go over here and use my arrow here. Right here, it says Mount Rainier National Park. So as you go downhill to the west side, you're into Rainier. And the other side, when you're coming home, it says Wenatchee National Forest. So there's still plenty of snow up there. And there's Lake Tipsu right there, still frozen. And I can't get to the Paradise side of Rainier because they don't open till June. But our little cloud magnet here, so she wasn't completely out yesterday. I have a 10-minute video I've got to splice with music so you don't have to hear the kids in the background. They screaming, fighting, whatever. Just kind of drowned them out. But yeah, that's what yesterday was. It was nice. It was nice to get outside, get my ass back on how do I get myself back up here? Yeah, so it was nice to get outside with them. Yeah. And we went to Horsedale Falls and yeah, like if you go see the video on my YouTube, not YouTube, my Facebook, you can hear them screaming. Oh, I'm glad you at least, if anything, back up and you can see the couple of other ones too. But yeah, it's good to help people, sweetheart. It is. And then, like I said, I'm only going to be here till about 2 because I have both grocery orders because I don't want to spend all day tomorrow shopping. I know. If I'm really bored, I'll go live from the tire place, Discount Tire. So, mhm, yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, has not life hasn't been that exciting. I mean, Saturday was a grave. Sunday we went for a walk, and I about stepped on a snake because there was thunder. I was off looking above, looking for lightning down this canyon, and thought, yeah, snakes aren't going to be out. It's evening. It's 70 some degrees. It's cold. They're not going to be out because it's typically rattlesnakes on that trail. So stop. I get pictures of the snake, and I'm looking at it, and I get home. Yeah, I figured that much. I do speech to text a lot. Trust me, I can read things. um. So okay, yeah, on my phone, I'm looking at it. Take pictures, keep walking, keep an eye out for anything else. I get home to the reading glasses, look at that, and went, "That's not a rattlesnake. That's a bull snake." So I text the other gal we went with that was just a bull snake. To tell the daughter so she wouldn't freak out. Because they live right there at the beginning of the trail, and just let her know it was just a bull snake. It's harmless. It's what to look for. They're constrictors and everything. I don't know if you can see it. Well, you really can't see it. Um, Back behind my skulls, she gave me here. I'll just get it up. Oh God, I'm still stiff and sore. A Wednesday Ouija board. I don't think it's been played with. Because it's still. I mean, that's how I'm pretty sure it hasn't been played with. The planchette is still in the box, and it's kind of plastic. I mean, the other ones are plastic, but it's a really different board. Because if you're used to actually your Ouija board, what it looks like, this doesn't look like a typical. I may keep it just for collector's purposes. So it's not your typical Ouija board setup. Except I think I'll just keep it as down the road a collector's item. I have my own Ouija board, which is downstairs. And that one is over 60 years old. And we got it at a yard sale for $2. But the planchette didn't have the little brass nail, as the marker. About a year later, why do I collect odd shit. It's my attitude was, she didn't want it, I'll take it. I don't want her using it. They're doorways. No matter what anybody thinks, those are doorways. Because it's like the one I got at a yard sale. The boys are like, "Hey, this is the one that's down at the farm," which we had an experience with the one at the farm. but the needle for the planchette was missing. $2, bought it. About a year later, just right brass nail, fit perfectly in the planchette. Yep, no, you don't use them because a lot of people can't uh, cleanse them, or they just decide they're bored with the game and they close it, thus leaving the door still open. Yeah. The one that we had, I've never used the ones that are here, but the one that was from the farm, the so we asked it if someone had asked it if they could try to contact Mike, which is my late brother-in-law. And there was like four of us here with it, and it said yes, and that wigged out my husband. And whatever was on, whatever energy was on that board, the gal next to him, it wrenched her neck. And our black cat Cy wouldn't have anything to do with them for quite a while. So that board went out to the garage. You typically need to burn them if you really want to get rid of them, but I, that's different. It kind of fits this eclectic room of mine. So one of these days I should get out my. I don't have a spot for it in here. My if you've ever watched Wednesday and that old, I forget. I think it's a Royale typewriter that she types her letters on. That I have one of those from the 1930s. Um, it's blood red, and that's what I learned to type on. And you talk about gaining strong fingers. That was, the old manual typewriter before the electrics, and I can still get Etsy still has the ribbons, the black ribbons for typing on that you reel it around and then reel it back to, flip it over and reel it, and you can, use it so many times before it dies. And yep, that's what I learned how to type on. Um, but yeah, the walk was nice. It it gave me a chance because I wanted to see how much signal I could get down there. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I get like the first like 200 yards, and then so it's like, well, I can't go live down there. Um Today I was gonna go outside, but I was like, I did exercise yesterday. And I did exercise in here Tuesday. So, oh my God. And oh yeah. As a kid, I thought it was so much fun. And now I know why my parents were so pissed off at me whenever I thought it was just really neat to clump up all the keys and get them stuck together. So I got older, I realized that just messes up the lettering. I think, but yeah. And do you remember the black and the red ribbon? You can still get those off Etsy too. One side's black, one side's red. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Your order is on the way. Delivery about 2 o'clock. Once it says almost here, I'm gonna probably sign off so I can get that taken care of and put away. So I can. I don't want to shop all day tomorrow. But man, got the air, got the window. Oh, you can't see them. I got the window air conditioned, so I will have nice cool air. Today was rainy this morning and cloudy this afternoon. Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Yep. And if you look, and even still on your keyboards today, one of the selling points for the typewriter was that you could type faster. And one of the examples, oh yeah, and the way they could speed up, tell people you can type so much faster, and they would type out the word, the salesman, typewriter, all the letters for typewriter are on the top row. Yep. Mm. So yeah, next time you look at a typewriter, you'll go, oh, that was a selling feature for speed. Hmm. God, one thing, handy thing about getting older, you know more shit. My son's girlfriend, granddaughter's mom, um, she goes, Steve knows the most random shit. Little bit, just we'll be talking about something and he'll run off a fact. And I'm like, yep, should be there at about 2 p.m. And so I'm like, yep. My husband's like, points at me and goes, she's the same way. He goes, I will not play. He won't play Trivial Pursuit with me because that I could I can figure out the answers by the question, the context of the question. And the younger generation, well, the millennials, it's not even a thing anymore, I don't think. It was called Stumble. I mean, it's still a website, but it's not what it was. It used to be, it was just random things. You just stumbled upon different things. And that's why I got to see pictures of more bugs in my life than I ever cared to see. Mom, come look at this. Mom, come look at this. Hmm. Um, yeah. So I've seen bugs. I don't. Yeah. Mhm. So that's part of the reason he knows it. And I don't remember which one of the two boys looked at me one day and said, Mom, why does everything have to be a history or science lesson? I said, so you know things when you get older? But yeah. Oh, yeah. My oldest thought he was going to be sneaky when I was working at the school over here, and he was in it. He comes up and he asks if I forget what word it was in the dictionary. And I was like, um, I don't know. Go through it. I forget the word. I find it. I snapped that book closed, and I went, "Yep, it's in there." He just looked at me like, "Oh, that's just okay. That's nothing new." So yeah, he thought I was gonna find it for him and give it to him. I'm like, No. Mm-mm." I mean, it was bad enough without thinking about it, him being one of the very few kids in the school to have their own cell phone was he asked me, what's another name for a non-Jew? And I text back, Gentile. And then I text back, God damn it, are you in a test? And I get back, yes. Yeah. So got a little extra help on that one. That poor teacher, they got him drinking again. He had been so good for so many years, and that one class just ruined him. So, okay, it still doesn't say she's pulling up shit, so I'll still be, but yes, yesterday was nice. It was like 80 some degrees, got the 9-year-old. She was a little nervous. I gotta find them. I don't even care if they're like Walmart hikers just for the summer. Because, she wears her shoes smooth now that she's not quite growing, her feet aren't growing out of them as fast. It's another reason I got hiking poles. Uh, she went down. It took her a while. Me and her brother, I'm like, okay, stay there. No, nothing's going to hurt you. We're out in the Tules. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. That's why I keep old dictionaries. If I came across a yard sale with old encyclopedias, I'd buy them if I could ever find them. But yeah, that's why I keep old dictionaries. Yep. And I remember, you know, I have a question. Dad can't answer it because Dad was a science and history teacher. I had to go to the encyclopedias. So that's just my childhood. That was it. We still had, I don't know what he ever did with them, but they were really cool. They were old, and he got them at a yard sale or an auction. Funk and Wagner, which always cracked me up because, it's anything with Johnny Carson and the great whatever he called himself. I forget what it was. Sat in uh, uh, the line had something to do with Funk and Wagner in an old mayonnaise jar on a porch where the answers were sitting. So that I immediately thought of Johnny Carson the minute I saw that they were Funk and Wagner encyclopedias, but they were really cool. There's some really good information. I got some like meet books I had as a kid that I would read over and over again. Meet Thomas Jefferson, meet Abraham Lincoln, meet I forget a bunch of other things. And one of them I laughed was at Andrew Jackson, his description. That's cool. That's really cool. Okay. Well, all right. She's going to arrive shortly. So, but I'll go live tomorrow on my way into town. And probably if it's really boring and depending on how long my tires are going on, I'll bring my gimbal will be in my car so I can just walk around someplace and do video. But yeah, I got to get going, loves. She's going to be here. And then right after her comes Walmart. So I got to get stuff put away. But I love you all. I still exist. I've got over 10,000 on Instagram now, so I'm hoping to figure out if I could at least monetize someplace. But yeah. Yeah, look for me tomorrow. My appointment's at 1, so I'm thinking of heading out a little bit after 12. So kind of look for that. Like I said, I will about 30 minutes before I'll put up a community tab. So, all my love, Miss Dragon. Now I gotta go bring in groceries and put them away. It's over $100 worth. This isn't gonna be a lot of fun. Yay! But I really don't want to go shopping. Let someone else do it for me. I will catch you all on the flip side. Thank you for being part of Miss Dragon's menagerie. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my love, Miss Dragon.